Hi crafty friends, and welcome to my channel. Today we will be creating 2 cards and 2 bookmarks. I will be using the No Problema Die Cuts with a View 6x6 paper pack. Here I've removed 2 of the sheets along with the cut apart. I will also be using some binding that I purchased off of Etsy from my scrap cabin shop. I will be using clear rhinestones and some purple gems. Here I've taken 2 of the cut aparts and placed them inside of a laminate sheet. I will then go in and add sequin flowers. Here I put them along the side. Later I removed them because they would be in the way once I cut them down to bookmark size. So just add your sequins to the top and to the bottom. Now I ran it through the laminate machine, making sure to run the sealed edge in first. And here you will see they've been cut down to bookmark size. Now I like to go around all of the corners and round them. That way the edges are not so sharp. I will do this to both of the bookmarks. Once I've completed this step, we will go in with a hole punch and punch a hole in the top of each of the bookmarks. This will make it easy to loop your seam binding and ribbon through. And here we are on the second one. Sorry, it looks like I was moving in slow motion. All right, now here they are with the binding. They look like they needed a little something extra, so I went back with some glitter glue and added it on all of the flowers, just to give it a little something else. Now onto the card. Using my first sheet, I trimmed it down. I'm sorry, I didn't trim it down. I scored it. I scored it at 5 3/4 and 5 1/2. I will then go back and trim it. Once it's trimmed, I'll have a small edge. Now on to embossing the sentiment. The sentiment that I will be using today is the one that says sending hugs. I will use Versamark making sure to get a nice stamped image. I will go back for a second. This ensures that I have plenty of ink. Now to add my embossing powder. I like to use a coffee filter underneath of my project. This will collect all the excess and then I can dump it right back into my container. Now for the heat gun. Once it's been heated, I will go back around the edges and fussy cut it. And there it is. Now with some 3M pop dots, I will place those underneath of my sentiment to position on my card. This will just add a little bit of dimension. Now that I've got them on the back, I'm going to place them on the top right corner. And there you go. Now to add our rhinestones. I added 3 and I tried to put them in like a triangle order. They say that's a little bit more pleasing for the eye. All right, and there we go. Now I will be placing some double-sided tape along the small edge of the card. And I have a white backing cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I will stick that down on the card and fold the edge over. I will then go back with my scoring tool and run it across the back just to burnish it. This ensures that I get a nice seal on my card. And there you have it. That's our first card complete. Here I've taken my second sheet and I have cut it down. I cut it down to 5 3/4 by 4 1/2. I then went back and I scored it at 5 1/2. Here you'll see I scored it a couple of times. I made a boo-boo. I had to go back and get another sheet, and I did that one correctly. But you will cut it at 5 3/4 by 4 1/2 and score it at 5 1/2. Fold it over and burnish. Then again, I have my second backing that is cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I place those together using double-sided tape again. Once I have that on and remove the backing, I will then go back with my scoring tool and I will burnish over top of the edge. And now we will be using the You Can Do Anything sentiment. Here I'm placing it on my MISTI platform and positioning it where I would like for it to be. I will go back with my Versamark. Well, first off, I didn't do this the first time, but I'm using my anti-static cling bag, which helps the embossing powder, keeps it from not sticking in places where it's not supposed to be. Here I use my Versamark ink. I stamp my image. Again, I did it twice just to ensure that it gets a nice inking. I will go back with my embossing powder and emboss this, just like we did the first one, using my coffee filter to catch any of the excess. Here I use a purple. Then I will go in and tap off the excess. See, I missed a little spot. I have to go back, add some more. Tap off the excess again. Now it's ready, except for here. Maybe a little bit of that needed to be dusted off. So with a little brush, I just brush off the extra. There I use the heat tool on it, and I go back around and fussy cut around the edges of this one as well. And there you have it. Now I will take this image and place it on the top right of my card. I will be using the 3M pop dots again, just to give it that little extra dimension. I really like these. Most of the time you find them in white. I like that I found these in the black. I believe I got them at Hobby Lobby. I can't remember. I've had them for a little while. All right, and we'll place that there. And then we'll go back with a few of the little purple gems. Well, let's add a few of those. Again, we'll try the triangle technique. And then I go back. I think it needed a little bit more, so let's add some of the clear rhinestones. Here I add 3 more, I believe. That just gave it a little bit more bling. Can never have too much bling. All right, and there you have it. 2 cards completed and 2 bookmarks. I hope you enjoyed today's share. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you and have a blessed day.